Gary Ablett arrived at Glenferrie Road as a sublimely talented but painfully shy 20-year-old country boy. And despite his obvious natural ability, never really settled with the Hawks and returned to country life after just 6 games in 1982. Geelong scouts kept a close eye on him and a year later wooed him to Cardinia Park. Ablett debuting for the Cats in 1984 and having an immediate impact as an explosive flanker capable of busting a pack, standing on an opponent's head or kicking a freak goal with the greatest of ease.
Oh, Ablett! How's that from...
Off the hands to Linda, who threads it beautifully through to Ablett. Good bounce, over the top to Hughes. Support by O'Keefe, and on the other side, Ablett. Great play, Ablett. Great goal!
Not very well done, Chris Muir, and Ablett out, points it out, runs him, and then gets his left foot to it and kicks it downfield for the goal of the match.
He won the club best and fairest in his first season at Geelong and never looked back. Thrilling crowds like few before him with his magical abilities in the air and on the ground.
Running by his runs, and Geelong have got it going nicely. Up into the pocket, no mark. Ablett shoots for goal and puts it through. Phil Cracker's had 5 kicks this quarter. His brother hasn't had it much. Cameron again, is it? Another one.
No, that was Ablett. Gary Ablett.
Excellent forward, now on the half-back line. Kicks it to Turner, who's in front. Should have marked in front of Isolakis, but quick enough. Bounced up like a rubber ball. He's run 30 metres. A beautiful pass. Gary Ablett charged out in front of Christian.
Back there for Hughes, slips the tackle nicely, the speed of Hughes, bounce passes it across to Hocking, finally gets the handle, puts it high for Ablett.
More with a chance for Collingwood. Fickle bounce robs him of it. Here's Ablett. Ablett 20 metres up in a acute angle. What a goal! He's come to life, Gary Ablett.
He was that rare breed of footballer who attracted opposition supporters through the gates to watch him, and his every move became the focus of back-page headlines for more than a decade. He played mainly as a half-forward flanker through the first half of his career, steadily drifting closer to goal as his match-winning talents continued to grow. He was Geelong's leading goal kicker in 5 out of 6 years from 1985, and his performance throughout the 1989 final series will live forever in the memory of all who saw it. A breathtaking month of football culminated with his unforgettable 9-goal Norm Smith medal-winning performance in a losing grand final. He'd continually kicked between 65 and 85 goals per season throughout the 1980s, but was, incredibly, still refining his game. He cracked a century of goals for the first time in 1993 when he settled as a permanent full forward.
30 metres out, on the turn, kicks another one! Croft his new opponent. The kick by Brown, high with the breeze. Ablett, yes! 50 metres out. It's a good-looking kick. It just gets away to the right. Ablett snaps, and he's kicked it. Ablett with Pert. Ablett has a break on him. Collision coming up. He gets there just before Brown. And if it hadn't been Gavin Brown, Ablett could have been off to hospital now.
We see Ablett from 50, kicking for his third. It's a long kick and swings back. That is magnificent.
Despite playing in just one of the first 4 games of the season, Ablett returned to tear the competition apart, booting a phenomenal 124 goals in just 17 games and an average of more than 7 goals per match. He reached double figures on 5 occasions that season, including a career-best 14-goal-7 against the Bombers in round 6, the most goals ever kicked by a player on a losing team.
For Geelong.
Ablett for his 12th, the Cats need one. And he's kicked one.
What a great game.
Oh, very talented player. And off the left foot. Oh!
Two good marks there.
Well, this shot will put Geelong in front if he kicks accurately. And 13 goals to Ablett. Geelong lead.
Fisted back, intercepting as Robert Scott. Quick to get boot to ball. Down to Ablett again. Yes, no. Play on. Played it. This will equal his 14 against Richmond, which he's done.
Ablett collected the Coleman Medal, All-Australian selection, and polled 13 votes in the 1993 Brownlow Medal, all in just 17 games. He was also recognised by his fellow players as the most valuable in the competition that year. He maintained the excellence in 1994, crushing opposition defences week after week to claim his second Coleman medal with a career-best 129 goals on his way to a third grand final with the Cats.
Hand pass, Bairstow, kick across his body, in towards the front of the goals. Ablett, snapshot, he's done it!
He was rewarded with a share of the Geelong captaincy in 1995 and rose to the responsibility, booting a further 122 goals to win a third straight Coleman medal as he led the Cats into a fourth grand final. He also skippered his beloved Big V to a crushing win over South Australia in one of the game's most emotional afternoons as the football world farewelled the great Ted Whitten.
Side of the ground, going down to the main scoreboard, gets back onto his left foot, kicks in towards half foot, gathered by Ablett, magnificent, Lockett into the goal square, he's kicked three.
Tony's going to play it on quickly to Ablett. It's a celebration, isn't it?
Ted's been a great ambassador for state football. Ted, we won this one for you.
It took a knee injury to do what opposition defenders were unable to for more than a decade, stop Gary Ablett. It ultimately ended his career midway through 1997 after a stellar 248 games, which netted a total of 1,030 goals. An amazing return from a man who didn't play as a specialist full forward until the last 5 years of his career. 3 Coleman medals, 9 club goal-kicking titles, 8-time All-Australian, a club best and fairest, Norm Smith medalist, Lee Matthews Trophy winner, and selection in the Geelong and AFL Teams of the Century, he hung up the boots as one of the game's most decorated superstars. He is widely regarded as the most exhilarating player to have pulled on a boot in the modern era, if not ever. A powerhouse of a man who not only made the impossible possible, but even at times made it look blissfully simple. Gary Ablett, a member of the AFL Hall of Fame's class of 2005.